2017 World Cup in Poznan, 5:18.68.
We have the start list for this race. In lane 1, Germany. Lane 2, USA. Lane 3, Great Britain. Lane 4, Australia. Lane 5, Netherlands. And lane 6, Romania.
Germany finished second in the rep to make the final. They have 2 Olympic silver medalists, Torben Johannessen and Olaf Roggensack, in the middle of that 8. Tash Schöner, the stroke man, watched by his dad here. The USA, 6 of these men, Steve Gladstone, their coach, told me, have been doing their training at the California Rowing Club, Mike Tatey's base in Oakland. Stroke by Peter Quinton from Oregon. Qualified direct from the heat. Here are the world champions. Tom Ford, you can see in the stroke seat right away at the other end. The University of Washington graduate, new into the 8, Jacob Dawson, the Olympic bronze medalist. Here are the Australians, can't miss him. Gus Widdicombe in the stroke seat. Kendall Brodie, we spoke of her, the coxswain, before. The 8 from the Netherlands, disappointed to finish second in the heat, although they qualified directly, coxed by the 32-year-old Doike Mick Macker in the stroke seat, the Linnaeus Oarsman. And finally, what surprise have the Romanians got on this side? The off has been given. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Will we get a surprise from the Romanians out here on the far side of the course? They've been doubling up, so they had to come through the repechage. They only just made it. They're now over here on lane 6. Of course, let's remember, one crew won't make it through to Paris. So it's about winning. It's also about not coming last.
And we see the Aussies here on screen. They won World Cup 3 in Lucerne. Could they break the 37-year hoodoo that has been on the Australian men's 8?
They look so relaxed on the course. We've been talking to their coach, Mark Prater. He's been relaxed, cool and laid back, but the British moving well. The Dutch off the back a little bit. Still the Germans there. They went out fast in the rep. They're going out fast now. Romania in there. It's just the Dutch who might be a little bit off the pace.
Yeah, well, you can see it on the screen there. It's also showing on the numbers that it's showing the USA a little way back. But let's take a look and see what we're getting with our eyes. So we're looking there in that Romanian boat, the Dutch over here. Where are the Americans?
There's the back of the British cox. From Oxford Brooks, Harry Brightmore does such a great job with the British, but the Australians looking really smooth there. Beautiful rowing from the Australians. Kendall Brodie, the coxswain there.
As we come through the first 500-metre marker, it looks like as it just narrowly the British with the Germans and the Australians either side of them.
Well, we're looking at both ends of the field here. Of course, at the front of the field, that Great Britain 8 have just got their bow ball up there with Australia. They're pretty much side by side in 3 and 4. The Americans did get a slow start. They're in lane 2, but they're alongside probably the Romanian crew, who also are going to be struggling at the moment unless they can do something pretty special. You can see those distances there as this one's shaping up, and we're already coming up towards 750 gone, and Australia might be getting the bow in front.
The Aussies won't mind if they're in front or down. They're so cool, calm and collected through the middle of the race. The 6-man Jack O'Brien really anchoring that boat. Harry Brightmore, you can see the cox there. Kendall Brodie, she's just up on Harry Brightmore. What a race this is. Australia v Great Britain in the final of the men's 8s.
And we see the British here. They'll see that the Aussies are taking a seat at a time on them. This is what happened in Lucerne. The Aussies now pushing Paddy Holt in the bow seat up past. Can we get Hicksey up ahead of the British as well? The Germans, though, I think it's a real shot for the Germans to put themselves in a medal contention early. I don't know they'll be able to hold the speed in the second half, but no doubt about the 2 leading boats.
Well, the Germans, of course, will be desperate to get themselves into the medals, but also desperate to get to the Paris Olympics. We saw this race at the front of the field between Australia and Great Britain in Lucerne. On that day, Australia came through to take the gold, but Great Britain have responded. If anything, I now see that British bow just in front.
Jacob Dawson in the bow seat, moving through the British boat. Morgan Boulding, Rory Gibbs. There we saw Chartel Carnegie. Charlie Elwes, the talismanic man. He missed Lucerne. He's back in the boat now. The Rudd Dog, James Rudkin from Newcastle.
And They're exchanging blows here, Crossy, because the Brits have got their bow into the lead. They are a canvas on the Aussies. That's been a brutal move there from the British over the Australians.
They needed to do something. The Australians got through them at the finish in Lucerne. A look across there from Paddy Holt, the Australian bowman. He knows his crew need to do something now. They have been cool throughout these championships.
They look like a big one of those kind of restart moves at 1,000 metres gone. Charlie Elwes sits in the centre of that 8. He wasn't there in Lucerne. He'll be sending that power down as the British are moving out. It was a canvas. It's 1 man, 2 man. It's probably now 3 men up the Great Britain 8.
Look at the fight, though, for the bronze medal happening behind them. Germany in lane 1, USA lane 2, Romania in lane 6. This bronze medal is wide open. The 2 race leaders, Australia and Great Britain, as they come through the 1500. Britain have half a length over Australia, who have half a length over the Dutch.
The Dutch coming back into it. Sensational move by the Netherlands at the back of the field. It is the USA who are going to miss out on direct qualification unless they can get through the Romanians. Britain out in front. Germany going to qualify for the Olympics. There's the bellman up there, Benedict Egling.
Well, we know the Dutch can sprint. We saw them do it at the European Championships last year. They're trying to force their way into the medals, trying to fight their way into silver. But there is an incredible race going on at the back of the field, not to be last. There's pretty much 3 boats in a line. It's Romania, it's Germany, and at the moment it's the USA just getting pushed out.
There's 250 metres to go. Britain are almost a length up on Australia, but here come the Dutch. The Dutch get themselves into second place. They're up at 43 strokes per minute. Does Australia have a response?
Diederik Seaman, the coach, told his men, you get what you deserve. This Dutch 8 was perhaps disappointed in the heat, coming back on the British Stoichkefetter. The Dutch cocks urging her men on. We're coming up to the last part of this race.
Well, here we go, coming down to the line. Great Britain looking good in first place. For me, it's all about who's going to hang on and not come last now, because Great Britain are going to take out the gold. I'm not going to call this till we see them through the finish line. Martin Cross.
Great Britain world champions for the 2nd year running. It is the Dutch who will take the silver medal. It is the Australians who will get the bronze medal. It is Romania who will qualify. Germany will qualify in 5th place. And the US, the Steve Gladstone 8, finish in 6th place. They missed direct qualification. Sensational for the Germans and their coach Sabine Schager. They do get a Paris qualification. Britain are the world champions.
Well, Harry Brightmore jumped up out of the seat to punch the air and celebrate with his British crew. They turned it on when it mattered. A massive second 1,000 from Great Britain. Sarah, weren't Australia brave the way they went out there?
They were brave. Unfortunately, not able to take that race win. It will wait another year. 1986 was the last time. But the Dutch, I mean, what a well-timed race. The entire Dutch team has just been on fire this championships. They must be the team of the championship, getting that silver. Australia in bronze, and sensationally, the USA missing out on Olympic qualification.
Yeah, disappointment for America. We were looking for that race at the back of the field. We were looking for the American boat altogether. I couldn't see them at this stage. I think they lost quite a lot in those early stages and paid for that at the end.
Gutted for their 82-year-old coach, Steve Gladstone, retired from Yale this year. Hasn't managed to find the magic for his guys. But what about this lad, Tom Ford? Led his men in that 3rd quarter, didn't he?
Yeah, Tom Ford sits in the stroke seat of that Great Britain 8, and he was pretty cool and he was pretty calm. Gus Widdicombe there in the stroke seat of the Australian 8. They were a long way up on the Netherlands with 500 to go. And what a sprint it was from the Netherlands.
Yeah, finished in 2nd place. Australia, another medal for the yellow and green.
Charlie Elwes there celebrating. You know, he can feel that he's made a difference in the middle of that boat. And you see Great Britain taking out that gold medal ahead of the Netherlands and Australia.
Great Britain, represented by
Veliku Britaniju su predstavljali
Jacob Dawson, Morgan Cole.